In this tutorial, we will be making a 6-petal flower that has little spirals in the center. To begin, make a chain of 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Join the chain in the round with a slip stitch. First round, make 1 chain stitch up and single crochet 17 in the round. 1, 2, 3, continue. I've made 17 single crochet stitches in the round. Now finish the round with a slip stitch through the first chain stitch. Begin the second round. Make 5 chain stitches up to replace a double treble crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then chain 9 for the chain space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Skip 2 stitches on previous round. 1 and 2. And double treble crochet through the third stitch. Yarn over hook 2 times for a double treble stitch. Now again, chain 9 for the next chain space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Skip 2 stitches on previous round and double treble crochet through the third stitch. We have 2 chain spaces. Continue the same way, making chain spaces till the end of this round. By the end of the round, we should have 6 chain spaces. I've made 5 chain spaces. Let's finish the second round together. Chain 9 for the last chain space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And to finish the round, make a slip stitch through the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 through the 5th chain stitch on this round. Let me double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, everything is right. The second round is ready. Now let's begin the round 3. Work into the first chain space. Single crochet 13 into the first chain space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. Continue making stitches around the first double treble post. Turn the work a little so you can make stitches around the post. And single crochet 8 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and the last single crochet 8. Continue, turn the work counterclockwise, make 1 turning chain, and work a row of single crochet stitches. Work all stitches and back loop. Start from the very first stitch. Do not skip any stitches. Work a row of single crochet. Make 7 single crochet stitches in a row. 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Then single crochet 2 through the next stitch, 1 and 2. I remind you that this row we should work in back loop. Single crochet through the next stitch, and then repeat 3 more times. Single crochet 2 through the next stitch and single crochet 1. Again, single crochet 2 in one stitch, 1 and 2, and then single crochet 1. And the last time, single crochet 2 in 1 and single crochet 1 through the next stitch. We should have left 6 stitches on previous row. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Everything is right. Continue. Chain 5 for the chain space. 3, 4, 5. And single crochet through the last single crochet stitch. Skip 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and single crochet through the 6 single crochet stitch. Work in 2 loops. Then turn the work counterclockwise. Work 7 single crochet stitches into the chain space of 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Then continue with single stitches in a row, work stitches and back loop. Make 14 single crochet stitches. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. Work until you have 5 stitches left. 5 stitches are left. Now make a slip stitch through the next single crochet. Now we have left 4 stitches. Turn the work counterclockwise, make 1 turning chain, skip 1 stitch, the slip stitch, and in back loop of each next stitch in a row work a single crochet. Single crochet 13 in a row. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. We need to stop when we have 1 stitch before the stitches that are made into the chain space. So here is the chain space with stitches. Here is the stitch made through the stitch before the chain space. Do not work through this stitch. Chain 5 for the next chain space. Skip 5 stitches on previous row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And through the next stitch make a single crochet. Work in 2 loops. Now turn the work counterclockwise and single crochet 7 into the chain space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Then single crochet 14 in a row, working in back loops of stitches. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Work till the end of this row. 12, 13. The last single crochet, work through the chain stitch. Continue single crochet in back loop of the next stitch that is on lowest row, and make a slip stitch through the next stitch and the same working back loop. Now turn the work counterclockwise, chain 1, skip the slip stitch, and single crochet 14 in a row, working back loops. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and the last single crochet. Here I have one stitch before the stitches that are made into the chain space. Do not work through this stitch, start the chain space. Chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Skip 5 stitches in previous row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and through the 6th stitch make a single crochet, working 2 top strands. Turn the work, single crochet 7 into the chain space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Then single crochet in a row, working in back loops of stitches. Work till the end of this row. I remind you that I'm working in back loops of stitches. The last single crochet, I'm working through the chain stitch. Then continue single crochet 2 in a row, working through stitches that are lower. The first petal is not ready yet. In part 2, crochet flower tutorial 59, we will continue and complete this flower. I remind you that in part 1, crochet flower tutorial 59, we started the first petal. Let's continue. Here in the first round we have 2 free single stitches. We need to skip the first free single crochet and single crochet through the second single crochet stitch on round 1. The petal is not ready yet. We need to continue. Turn the work counterclockwise. Make 1 turning chain and single crochet 17 in a row. Work stitches in back loops of following stitches. Start the work from the very first stitch. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and the last single crochet. You can see we have one stitch, one single crochet stitch before the stitches that are made into the chain space. Chain 5 for the chain space, skip 5 stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and single crochet through the next stitch, working 2 loops. Then turn the work, single crochet 7 into the chain space, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Then make 7 single stitches in a row, work in back loops, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Then make a slip stitch through the next stitch, work in back loop. Continue, turn the work counterclockwise, chain 1, skip the slip stitch and single crochet 6 in a row, work in back loop, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Again, we have one stitch before the chain stitch is made into the chain space. Chain 5, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the chain space. Skip 5 stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and single crochet in 2 loops of the next stitch. Now turn the work counterclockwise and single crochet 7 into the chain space, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Then single crochet 7 in a row, working back loops. The last single goes in the chain space, chain stitch. Then single crochet through the single stitch that is lower and make a slip stitch through the next stitch. Turn the work, make 1 turning chain, skip the slip stitch and single crochet 7 in a row, working back loop. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Now again, chain 5 for the chain space. Skip 5 stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and single crochet through the next stitch, working 2 loops. Turn the work, single crochet 7 into the chain space, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Single crochet 8 in a row, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and the last single stitch make into the chain stitch. Then single crochet 7 in a row, working on lower row, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Here you can see we've made a big petal. To complete the petal, single crochet through the single stitch in round 1 that the next double treble is coming out of. The first petal is almost ready. Now in the center, next to the petal, I'm going to make a spiral. For the spiral, chain 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Chain 3 more. 1, 2, 3. Now double crochet 3 through the 4th chain stitch away from the hook. 1, 2, and the last double through the same stitch. Continue, make 3 double crochet stitches in each of next 8 chain stitches. 1, 2, and 3. Then through the next stitch, work 3 double crochet, 1, 2, and 3. The same work through the next stitch. 1 double, 2 double, and 3. Through the next, work 3 double crochet as well. 1, 2, and 3. One, 2, 3. One, 2, and 3. And the last 1, 2, and 3. Here we have the last chain stitch. Through this last chain stitch, double crochet, then half double crochet and single crochet. Then make a slip stitch in 2 loops of the single crochet stitch that our spiral is coming out of. The spiral is ready. We've made 1 petal and a spiral in the center. Now I will continue making a reverse single crochet trim around the petal. To begin a reverse single crochet trim, do not turn the work, stay on this side. Insert the hook through the first stitch from the right and single crochet through. Work single crochet stitch going from the left to the right. Work through each stitch around the petal. Do not skip any stitches. Work all the way until you reach the end of this row. I remind you that we are making a reverse single crochet trim around the first petal. Here is the last stitch on this row. Then reverse single crochet through the stitch that the previous stitch was made through, and continue around the petal. Here 2 more stitches. Then again work through the stitch that the previous stitch was made through and continue around. Do not skip any stitches. Work around until you reach the first row of single crochet or the first single stitch on this round. Couple more stitches, 1, 2, and here's our first stitch on this round. Now we need to move the yarn to the next chain space to begin the next petal. Do not turn the work. Chain 1, bend the petal to see the back loops of stitches on the first row. They are behind the petal. Make a slip stitch through in each back loop on the row. Here you can see that this row goes all the way to the next chain space. Let me show you. Here is this row. Working back loops of stitches going all the way to the first chain space, to the next chain space. Do not tie up these slip stitches. They should just repeat the stitches on previous row. We need to make 2 more slip, 1 and 2. Now you can start the next petal. Work 13 single stitches into the next chain space. Continue the same as we did this first petal. Here you can see our slip stitches. The first petal and the first spiral are ready. Work this round and make 5 more petals following the same instruction. I completed my flower. You can see 5 chain spaces on each petal, beautiful center made of spirals, and around we worked a reverse single crochet trim. Here is the back side where we can see the base for the flower. Center you can decorate with a bead. We have classic look of the spirals that are in the center. I want to show you how you can change this flower a little without making any more stitches. You just need to turn these spirals in a different way like this. I'm turning them around from the outside. Here you can see that I have something like a shell inside of the flower. You can stitch a little bead to the center of each shell like this. Here what we've got looks like we have another little flower in the center. Thanks so much for watching. Please subscribe.